Alright, I'm going to be building an external angled 3-rod holder for the back of my crate, my Yak Attack crate, that is going to point backwards at an angle and keep them out of my way and keep them from being straight up and catching in the trees. And so this is a list of the parts and tools that I will be using to do this project. And first of all, I have my Yak Attack crate. I have my 3 Yak Attack rod holders. And I have bought a stick of 1-inch PVC with 8 1-inch elbows, 2 1-inch tees. I have my regular cement. I didn't use the two-step process. I'm using the single process. It makes it easier. All right, a Sharpie, a tape measure, my Yak Attack screws. I have a Phillips. I have a drill. And I have a cutoff tool. You could use a hacksaw if need be. So I'm going to get this set up and start cutting, and then when I get it all cut and ready to go before final assembly, I will lay it all out for you. The next step I've done is cut 2 16-inch pieces of the PVC, and I chose 16 inches because my Yak Attack crate is 13 inches across, and I needed a little bit of overhang for the elbows. And what I did is I found the center on my crate, and I marked the center mark on my PVC, and then I've marked each mounting hole. And I've done this to 2 pieces here, and what I will do is I will drill my holes, and I will drill this all the way through. So I have access to put the screw and I'll put a larger hole on one side and a smaller hole on the other to actually mount it to my crate. Okay, I had to make a slight adjustment in my plans, and so I had to go pick up some screws. These are 3-inch long stainless steel screws, nuts, and washers, and I'll show you what I'm doing with these. And I picked stainless steel all my fasteners are stainless steel due to they're going in my kayak, and I'll be out on the water, so that's why I went. But a little bit cost me a little extra, but they should last longer. Okay, here is the first piece mounted. Now I did have to make some changes here because the Yak Attack screws are actually too long because of the spacing here. So I could have put a washer or something on it, but what I chose to do is I had some stainless steel screws, these hex screws that were the same size, and I used these instead. And you can see I've mounted them. I drilled my hole larger on this side and smaller on the inside, and you can see how I've got this mounted. And let me go ahead and mount the other piece, and then I'll show you the other pieces. Okay, I had to make a few adjustments on building this rack here, but I built a 3-rod rack holder on the back of my Yak Attack crate. Now, my kayak is an Old Town Sportsman PDL 120, and originally I was going to put 2 pieces to hold this up, but I didn't have the room because my kayak's way too narrow, and I'll be removing this piece here. But what I did was I just went with the single support right here. And now I don't have any of this glued yet. I've just got this stuck together because gluing will be my final step. And I will need to trim these. I'll trim these stainless steel screws off. And I went with stainless steel screws everywhere. Now, I did add these straps. I had these Velcro straps laying around. So I added these 2 straps to add a little bit more stability. So I've got a good center mount. I've got 6 screws holding it to the crate down here. And I've got these 2 straps. And the nice part is I can still open the top and the bottom. I have full access to everything in my Yak Attack crate, and it works. It's good. It's steady. Now I don't drive down the road like with this, but it's plenty sturdy enough for being in the kayak. And I have my 2 straps here on the inside going to the inside of the rack, and then I've got my front strap. So my crate's secured. I've got room for 3 extra rods here, and then I use a side staging here. I have a side staging rock. Let me grab it here. I just got back from a tournament, and I am sorting my stuff out and trying to get ready for the next tournament, which is coming up in a week and a half. So I've got trailer bearings to check and grease. I got rods to string, you know, the normal stuff that goes along with tournament bass fishing. I mean, just because you're done with a tournament doesn't mean you can just sit on your ass until the next one. But anyway, so I have this rod, side stage rod here, holder here, so I can carry 3 rods here out of my way, and this is to my offside. I fish to the front and then to the left side because I'm right-handed, and that's the way I cast. So I usually position my kayak that way. I can cast this way or up to the front, but I don't like landing fish on this side. I prefer to bring them around this side. Now, if you're left-handed, you may feel more comfortable with your rack on the other side, or however you'd like to do it. But so anyway, so now I have the room. I've got 3 rods here out of my way. These are the 3 rods that I'm usually primarily using, and I'll have these 3 back here as my extras. And then of course I do have this holder here, and I really don't like these because they're not really secure. I guess I could put a strap here, but sometimes I'll set my rod here just for when I'm doing something, but I don't like putting it here because they can fall out. You can hit a tree branch or anything like that, and they will pop right out. So I don't make a habit of using that. I do also have several of these, which is these rod holders. This is one of them I've got. Find my other one here. Like I said, I just got back from a tournament and I have to straighten everything out. I've got lures and rods to restring. And oh shoot. Yeah, and this is another one. And sometimes I'll put this one on this side over here to when I'm landing a fish, I got a place to put my rod. But normally I don't like carrying these because I don't like stuff in my way. That's why I've gone with the 3 rack system on this side and 3 on the back here. So I've got 6 rods, and for me, the way I fish, 6 rods is more than enough. I don't need 12 or 15 rods like I see some guys using. And but anyway, now one thing you could do if you wanted, this piece right here, according to your kayak or even an Old Town, you could make this wider and put 4 rod holders here. And I thought about it, but I said, nah, 3's enough for me. So, and then my Yak Attack crate is 13 inches. It's a 13 by 16 crate because it fits in this Old Town. And that's why I had to modify my original design a little bit. Your kayak may be wider or narrower, so always take your measurements and don't do like me where you cut 3 times and measure twice, you know? So, but sometimes that's the mother of invention. So I can't wait to, this will be used on Caddo Lake for the Bassmaster Kayak Division tournament coming up in 10 days. So I got a lot to do to get there. But anyway, I've got this done. Now I am going to paint this black. After I glue it, I'm going to paint this black to kind of match the hardware. And so it's more for aesthetics. Anything else is not really needed. But anyway, so I hope that this is something that y'all can use. And I had to adapt my plans a little bit. I'm sure that you'll have to adapt a little bit when it's your turn for your kayak, because every kayak's a little bit different, every model. Some of them have much wider storage spaces in the back, and you can get away with a different design. But anyway, this is the design that I use and one that I came up with, and I hope this helps you, give you some ideas, because that's one thing I love about kayak fishing, man. You can always get on here and play around with stuff and adapt it, and I keep changing mine around to suit my style of fishing and the way I like to fish. So that's what's great. So don't just run out there and copy everybody. See what works for you, and go fish for a while, and then say, hey, okay, well, I need this, and I don't need this because this isn't going to work. And so find what works best for you, and use it and get out there and have some fun. So hey, Stretch Line Bait and Tackle, aka Old Man in a Kayak, just giving you a little tip here, and I want to let you remind everybody, always wear your PFD on the water. Stay safe. Go out there, have fun, but stay safe so you can come home and go do it again. And then remember, pick up all your trash. Pick up other people's trash when you see it, and yak all that trash out. All right, everybody have fun on the water.